Hey, what's up guys? Coach Seth, your Superior Athlete. So today we are talking about ankle and hip mobility. And I want to run you through kind of one of my favorite routines I like to go through almost on a daily basis. It's usually right after one of my lower body exercises. So this is something that you can do pretty often, and it's not too strenuous on the joints or anything. It's not going to make you too loose because we don't want to be overly flexible, right? But we want that mobilization in the ankles and in the hips. So I'm gonna run you through and explain how to do all of these movements in this routine. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Seth Thomas, and I'm a strength and conditioning coach, and I help you guys become better athletes for basketball. So if you're interested in more videos just like this one, make sure to subscribe and click the bell to get notified each time I post a video. As always, be sure to check the description if you want to support me and support the channel. My Teespring store is linked up down there, and also my 10-week conditioning program that is free. Make sure to check both of those out if you are interested. All right, let's go through this mobility routine. First movement we're gonna go through, I call the Cobra. So what we're gonna do first is lay down flat, all the way down on the floor. And then we're gonna use our hands. We're gonna push our upper body up like so. We're kind of just driving the hips down like this. You can bring the head back if you need to. And what I like to do with all of these is I like to take 1 or 2 deep breaths, and that's gonna complete the movement. You want your breathing, your inhale, you want it to be about 4 seconds. So 4-second inhale, and then about an 8-second, so double the amount of time, exhale. All right, so nice slow breathing. So this is basically meant for a cool down, so this is great for the end of your workouts. And the reason I like to do it this way, yes, you can get more benefit if you hold it for 30 seconds to a minute. But these tedious things like this, I like to keep it fairly short because I know if it's tedious, if it's too tedious, then it's probably not gonna get done, all right? It's better be done subpar than not to be done at all. So keeping it short with just holding with that long breath, 1 or 2 of those long breaths. So starting out with that Cobra movement here, that deep breath, and then we're gonna twist to the side. I like to just go back and forth like this here. All right, this really gets that low back quite a bit, but it also gets to that hip flexor region as well. The next thing I like to go into is called a child's pose. All right, so what we're gonna do is sit back on the heels, and we're gonna hinge forward, all the way forward, and hold that position there. So that nice deep breath, and then slowly release. Doing those deep breaths like that, that's gonna help your body to kind of relax itself as well. So we're gonna hold that position. Once we're done with that, we're gonna reach one arm through. This is gonna kind of angle the shoulders a little bit. That deep breath, and then of course we're getting to that other side as well. All right, just remember to take your time with these. Go nice and slow, and make sure to get that nice, deep, slow breathing. So the next one is gonna be a half kneeling, and we're gonna get that hip flexor with this. So we're here, we're starting up like this, we're keeping that chest high, and we're gonna lunge forward like so. So really you want this knee to be further back than this hip. And we wanna make sure we ease into it with this. We don't wanna just force it too much. All right, we're easing into it until we feel some good tension in there, and we're just gonna hold that position, go back to that deep breath. Okay, so from here, we're gonna get to that kind of that groin area. So we're gonna keep this position. We're gonna have both of our hands on this side of our leg. And then we're kind of bringing that left side back a little bit. So it's kind of hard to see, so I'm gonna angle it around this way. Still on that same side. We're gonna reach both hands down. It's gonna get that groin area. You can slide that back leg back a little bit more. And we're just gonna hold that position. So you should feel, once again, in that same hip flexor, but also this groin area right here. All right, that deep breath again. And then what we're gonna do from here, we're gonna come up in kind of a sprinter position. So we're coming up on that leg, and we're gonna hold that one. And then what we're gonna do is bring that outside hand up like this. So we're angling that upper torso towards the ceiling. So if that flexibility isn't there, that one's going to be a little bit more challenging, but just work on it and that will start to eventually loosen up for you. Once we're done with that, we can come back down to this position. What we're going to do next is bring our hands on each side of our leg now. And it's almost like that same position, but what we're going to do is use our body to kind of drive our knee this way. And this one's kind of going to get that ankle position. So we're here. We can bring our heel back a little bit this time. And we're driving downwards like this. And so what we're going to do is basically just slowly work our way forward this way, all right? So you can start off with the heel on the ground. As you ease into it, that heel is going to come up a little bit, but you should be feeling it quite a bit in that Achilles position and in the bottom of the foot. So what you're going to do is angle it down and keep driving, nice and slow. Once you get it about right here, it's almost unnecessary to keep pushing with your body. So you can kind of come up with your body and then just keep leading that knee pretty much all the way to the floor. And that's going to really get that ankle mobility and also the toes as well. That becomes really important. What this is good for is working that dorsiflexion. All right, so we like that dorsiflexion, but a lot of times we don't have the mobility to get a good dorsiflexion. So with a good dorsiflexion, if you think about whenever you do a vertical jump, we're coming up on our toes like this. And if we have very limited dorsiflexion, we don't have very much room for a power output, okay? So if we have more dorsiflexion, we got more space to exert more force. So that's about it for my ankle and hip mobility routine. It's pretty short and sweet. It doesn't get too crazy, but that's kind of how I like it, right? Because we want to be able to have the motivation to do this sort of thing. So keeping it short is going to be more beneficial. And this is more mobilizing, right? It's not necessarily activation. So there's a lot of flexibility coming into play. And a lot of times I like more of the activation as well. So I can go over a couple of my favorite kind of like exercises for activating while kind of mobilizing these joints. So let me know in the comments if you want to see a video like that, and I'll get something like that out to you guys. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope this video was helpful. As always, if you're interested in more videos just like this one, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video. And I'll see you guys next time.